Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Mr. Greyson's Science Corner. I hope you all are doing wonderful. I am. Do you know why I'm feeling so wonderful? It's because this week is Pond Week! Pond Week, yes. Ponds are amazing. Ponds are so cool because they're kind of like a clubhouse for all of the animals that live in your neighborhood. The birds come there, sometimes the deer come there, and they're just full of life. They're full of fish, frogs, turtles. Right by camp we have Saveland Pond, and of course we have the amazing turtle that always comes out there. Ponds are super cool. My favorite thing about ponds is to go and find frogs at ponds. I love frogs. I think frogs might be my favorite animal. So many different types of frogs, and they're all so interesting and unique. But I wonder, what do frogs do in the pond in the wintertime? Where do frogs go? Frogs, they do not hibernate. They do something very special. They actually stay in the water, and they go into something that's called torpor. And torpor is when they slow their heart down, they slow their breathing down to a very slow pace. Almost like they're not even breathing at all. Or almost like their heart isn't even pumping at all. It goes very slow. And they do that for the whole winter until it starts to warm up. Now, you might be wondering, what happens to a frog in the water? Don't they freeze? Don't they turn into a frog popsicle? What happens to them? I hope they don't die. They don't die. When frogs go into torpor, bodies don't freeze because a frog's body is full of a sugar, a very special sugar that's called glucose. Our bodies are also full of glucose too, but not as much as a frog. I have something that actually is made of pure sugar right here. It's some delicious pure maple syrup. Oh my gosh, I love maple syrup so much. Did you all know that maple syrup is all made of sugar? It's sugar that we get from trees. And pure maple syrup will not freeze, just like a frog's body. It's Mr. Greyson's Science Corner. Let me show you a little experiment to show you what I mean. So I have an ice cube tray. It's totally empty. And I have a little bit of water. I'm gonna put some water into the ice cube tray. Okay, I got some water in my tray. I'm gonna put that in the freezer and see if it freezes. We know ice cubes are gonna freeze. But I'm also gonna put a little bit of my maple syrup into this ice cube tray and see if that freezes. What do you guys think? Do you think, is it gonna freeze? We'll just have to find out. All right, here we go. Putting my maple syrup in the ice cube tray. Little taste just for fun. Gonna put it into the freezer. Okay, here it goes, into the freezer. In the freezer. Now, I'm gonna let it sit for a little while until it freezes. Let's see what happens to the maple syrup. Just got back from a little nap. What was I doing before? Oh, that's right. I needed to check on my frozen maple syrup and my frozen water. Look, the maple syrup is not frozen, but my water is totally frozen. They are both in the same amount of time, but one froze and the other one did not. So there you have it. Frogs, their bodies are made of lots of that sugary glucose, and that keeps them safe during the wintertime, so they do not freeze. They slow their body down, they slow down their heart, they slow down their lungs, and they enter torpor. And because their body is full of sugar, it doesn't freeze solid. It stays cold, but it doesn't stay frozen. So think about that this wintertime when you're near a pond. Those frogs are just hanging out, nice and slow and relaxed. All right, I'll see you all later. Have a great week.